So Patrick gives me a call and tells me, Matt, do you know Sean Conlon? I said, yeah, he's in real estate here in Chicago. He's kind of a big deal. And he's got a reality show coming out called The Deed. He says, well, I want you to have lunch with us. So that's where we're going right now, have lunch with Patrick Bet-David and Sean Conlon with The Deed reality show on CNBC. So the most expensive property in all of Chicago is right here.
What's good?
Well, we missed out on meeting Sean Conlon, the host of The Deed real estate reality show that's on MSNBC. Now, as a consolation, I get to have lunch with my mentor at Tavern on Rush in Gold Coast, and I get to meet his new executive producer of Valuetainment, Jessica Groves, and she's worked on shows like TMZ, or The Rosie Show, and Oprah Winfrey.
Yeah. On the back, Matt.
On the back.
It's coming all together, man. Listen, I just want you to know. It's coming all together, man. It is making sense.
I thought you liked being in the middle.
Oh, boy.
You are so deep in trouble right now. You go any deeper, it's going to get bad for you.
California, we're going to go to West Hollywood together.
Oh, no, that was my first field training.
Your first field?
Yeah, I didn't realize what neighborhood I was going into.
Nice out.
Yes, sir.
You want to buy the
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Just finished up lunch here at Tavern on Rush, the Viagra Triangle of Chicago. And now we're about to meet Antoine Walker. Some stogies, Tesla cigars. Check it out, see what happens.
Give me the action when you're live and we'll go.
Okay, right here?
Yeah, all good. Matter of fact, you can move if you stand there for too long. You may want to put like that, yeah, because you're holding up for too long. Look how she's doing it so she doesn't get tired.
Yeah.
So I know your shoulders are sensitive.
3,
Yeah.
2, 1.
3, 2.
So we are in Chicago here with my friend Matt Sapaula and the legendary NBA player Antoine Walker. Brother, thank you for making the time to get together here with us. I am really looking forward to the questions, man. I really am looking forward to the questions. You had an article that came out today with Hoops Hype that we'll spend a little bit of time talking about that. But before we get into the numbers, you want to talk about how from $108 million of contract getting paid in the NBA for 13 years to filing bankruptcy, and it's very brave for you to do what you're doing, because typically it's easy for people to talk about how they became successful. That's an easy one to do. It takes a lot of courage to be willing to open up and share what mistakes was made for others not to do it. That's the real difficulty to do. So I applaud you for doing that and be willing to talk about it. But first, let's talk about NBA, man, and what you did. I mean, first of all, you're in 2006 NBA champion, 3-time NBA All-Star. You averaged 20 plus points a game, I think 6 out of the 13.
So the Valuetainment episode, an interview with Antoine Walker, was pretty interesting. You know, years ago in 2008, 2009, I actually got to meet some of the people that are working on the ESPN 30 for 30 Broke series, where it basically documents all these athletes after 3, 4, 5 years after playing professional sports end up being financially broke. and yet they're making hundreds of millions of dollars. And one of these examples is Antoine Walker. He's made a little over $100 million in his playing career, won a championship with Dwayne Wade, and yet several years after his playing career, he ends up filing bankruptcy in a completely different financial position that he was when he was playing professional basketball.
When you go into, what do you tell them? What are some things that you would say, look out for this, look out for this, look out for this?
I think the biggest thing I try to tell them is that we have to start, that when you're 18, 19, you gotta, and it's hard to do, but you gotta start thinking about generational wealth. And that's something that's not really taught to guys, is that you're making enough money now, not only for yourself and your family, but also for your kids and their kids. And it's tough for guys to think that way, because you just made it and you want to do so many things. So try to get them in that mindset. Be aggressive in savings, if that's possible, which is going to be very difficult to do. Like I just said, there's so many things that you want to do. But these deals are only guaranteed for 3 years. I mean, football is even worse.
So what I learned from the interview with Antoine Walker, number one, you got to surround yourself with smart people early on in your life. You got to understand, I don't know what I don't know. And what I don't know may hurt me. So that's number one. Number two, income is important, but also what you do with it is just as important. In his case, he's made a lot of money. $100 million came in and very little to show for. So it's not what you just make in terms of income, but what you do with it in terms of management. And that's what I love what we do at PHP Agency. We teach people how to make more money, and we teach people how to better manage your money. And I see it right now. We're helping a lot of other people, in addition to just professional athletes and celebrities, but the common Joe, middle income America, every day.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. By the way, Wednesday was her 21st birthday, so get up again.
So much about business is about the checkup from the neck up. And our attitude and our mindset going into a workshop is the most important thing, because with our attitude, we attract people. If you have a good attitude, you have a good spirit about yourself as you're doing the process, as you're doing the workshop, is going to attract people to go in business with you. And that's what we do pregame for.
PHP, money smart. You do
So last night was closeout night, June 30th. People were here till 2 o'clock in the morning. Just to grab a couple weeks of sleep, here back at 8 o'clock this morning. Why? Because Patrick Bet-David, CEO, founder of PHP Agency, is here. His show alone in Vegas is $200. So if you go to Vegas, by the way, how many Vegas virgins do we have here? Hey, without further ado, everybody, CEO, founder of PHP Agency, Patrick Bet-David! Hey, come on up. What's interesting is that this weekend, Patrick Bet-David surprises us in Oakbrook, and many of the entrepreneurs and aspiring entrepreneurs are there at that workshop on Saturday morning. Most people are normally barbecuing, they're hanging out, especially during a holiday weekend. But if you want to get to the next level in your life, if you want to see the momentum build up in your business, you've got to put the time in to compete and work. When most people are taking off, you got to do the work on evenings and weekends. But if you do, you're going to start seeing the fruits of your labor, starting to build momentum, and you can start reaping the benefits of it sooner than later.
$100 and you lose it all, and you open up about the whole thing. I want to talk to those types of people, because I don't want to make those stupid mistakes. And if people are willing to share those mistakes, I want to learn it as much as possible. Condensing time frames requires you knowing what mistakes not to make. Everybody I ever studied in the business who was better than me, more skilled than me, better market than me, well-spoken, smarter, everything. I always ask, how come this guy had his business going like this? Why did it collapse? It always links to a stupid decision that they made that ruined their momentum.
What's unique about our system at PHP Agency and the way we reward people is through a capitalistic approach. If you're performing and you're putting numbers on the board when you get access to high-level teaching and mentoring and coaching. If you're just sitting on the sidelines, not doing anything, waiting for people to create an opportunity for you versus you creating an opportunity for yourself, well, you're going to sit on the sidelines.
So who does it benefit for the hierarchy to go to 3 million points a month?
Everybody.
You see what I'm saying?
It's the fastest way to get there.
Standards got to go higher. You guys got to raise the standards. Someone's got to make the big look small. Someone's got to make the big look small. What Sapaula did to PHP to make the big small, you guys got to do to make big look small.
His producer, or Jessica?
Patrick put a surprise Snapchat meetup at the United Center at the Michael Jordan statue. And the interesting thing that I noticed, just tagging along with Patrick and seeing him talk to people, is seeing who would come out the woodworks if you say, hey, I'm going to be in Chicago, I'd love to meet you guys, shake hands, etc., etc. And you think about this, you are just one conversation away, you are just one meeting away from changing your business and changing your financial landscape forever. And that's why here at Oakbrook PHP Agency, we do a meeting 2 times a week, because we want to double up on making sure those opportunities are created.
Nice.
Those are the original.
Thank you.
That's nice.
Thank you. I love it. So you
found something executive? Give us a shot. Here at PHP Agency.